Ever pondered the mystery behind the autoimmune diseases that our bodies sometimes contract? Picture this, your body's very own defense system turning against you, waging a war on your own cells. Intriguing, isn't it? It's a world where your own organs might become the battleground, or perhaps the entire body becomes the war zone. Understanding these diseases, their causes and effects, is crucial in the quest for better health and wellness. So, let's delve into the fascinating world of autoimmune diseases and unravel the mystery. Imagine your body as a well-orchestrated symphony and autoimmune diseases as a discordant note. In the vast ensemble of cells and tissues, every organ plays a unique role, but sometimes the body's immune system, which is designed to protect us, mistakenly targets one of these musicians, causing what we refer to as organ-specific autoimmune diseases. Let's dive a little deeper into this concept. An organ-specific autoimmune disease is when the immune system primarily targets a single organ, leading to an abnormal immune response restricted to that specific organ. This is the equivalent of one instrument in our symphony playing out of tune, causing a ripple effect of disharmony. One such disease is Hashimoto's thyroiditis, where the immune system targets the thyroid gland. The thyroid, a small butterfly-shaped organ at the base of your neck, is responsible for producing hormones that regulate your body's metabolism. In Hashimoto's thyroiditis, the immune system creates antibodies that attack the thyroid, causing inflammation and impairing its ability to produce these essential hormones. Next, we have Graves' disease, another autoimmune condition that affects the thyroid. Unlike Hashimoto's, which often results in the underproduction of thyroid hormones, Graves' disease leads to an overproduction, causing symptoms such as rapid heart rate, weight loss, and anxiety. Then, there's type 1 insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, or IDDM. Here, the immune system launches an attack on the pancreatic islets, the clusters of cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. Without enough insulin, the body can't regulate the amount of glucose in the blood, leading to high blood sugar levels and a range of complications if left untreated. So, these diseases predominantly affect one organ, disrupting its function and causing a host of symptoms. But remember, just like in our symphony, while one instrument may be off-key, it can still impact the entire piece. Similarly, even though these conditions primarily target one organ, their effects can be felt throughout the body. Now picture a rogue wave sweeping across multiple sections of the orchestra, causing widespread chaos. This metaphor paints a vivid picture of what happens in the body during a systemic autoimmune disease. Unlike organ-specific autoimmune diseases, which focus their attack on a single organ, systemic autoimmune diseases are the unruly waves that cause pandemonium in different parts of the body. Let's delve into some examples. Imagine systemic lupus erythematosus, often abbreviated as SLE. This disease is like an uninvited guest at a party, causing disruption in various corners. It doesn't discriminate, affecting tissues as diverse as the skin, kidneys, and brain. A person with SLE might experience a range of symptoms, from skin rashes and joint pain to kidney dysfunction and neurological problems. It's a disease that truly encapsulates the meaning of systemic. Next, meet primary Sjögren syndrome. If SLE is an uninvited party guest, Sjögren syndrome is like the pesky rain cloud that follows you around, affecting multiple aspects of your life. It primarily disturbs the glands that produce tears and saliva, but it doesn't stop there. It can also affect other organs like the lungs, kidneys, and nerves. Patients may struggle with symptoms like dry eyes and mouth, persistent cough, and numbness in the limbs. These diseases demonstrate the complexity of systemic autoimmune diseases. They are not limited to one area, but are like a storm that sweeps across the entire landscape of the body, leaving no organ untouched. They are unpredictable, with symptoms that can range from mildly inconvenient to severely debilitating. A key point to remember is that in systemic autoimmune diseases, the body's immune system, which is supposed to be the body's defender, becomes the attacker. It's like a mutiny within the body, with the immune system rebelling against its own cells and tissues. In these cases, the body's immune system turns against itself, affecting multiple organs and causing a variety of symptoms. So just like the rogue wave disrupting the harmony of the orchestra, systemic autoimmune diseases disrupt the symphony of the body's functions, creating a cacophony of symptoms that can be challenging to manage. So, how do these two types of autoimmune diseases differ from each other? Well, let's start by saying both organ-specific and systemic autoimmune diseases are characterized by an inappropriate immune response. However, the main difference lies in the scope of this response. In organ-specific autoimmune diseases, the immune system targets a specific organ or tissue. For instance, in Hashimoto's thyroiditis and Graves' disease, you'll find the immune system predominantly attacking the thyroid gland. Similarly, in type 1 insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, the immune system mistakenly targets the pancreatic islets. On the other hand, systemic autoimmune diseases are not as selective. They cast a wider net, affecting many tissues and organs throughout the body. A prime example is systemic lupus erythematosus, where tissues as diverse as the skin, kidneys, and brain may all be affected. Another example is primary Sjögren's syndrome, which impacts various organs and causes a range of symptoms. It's also worth noting that the symptoms of organ-specific autoimmune diseases are usually related to the function of the affected organ. However, in systemic autoimmune diseases, the symptoms can be more generalized and varied, often making diagnosis a challenge. To sum up, while both types of autoimmune diseases result from an overactive immune response, the key difference lies in the extent of this response. Organ-specific autoimmune diseases focus their attack on a particular organ or tissue, while systemic autoimmune diseases affect multiple organs and tissues. Though they share a common origin, their manifestation and impact on the body can be drastically different. So, we've journeyed through the intricate world of autoimmune diseases. We've delved deep into organ-specific autoimmune diseases, where the expression of autoimmunity is limited to specific organs. We've discussed examples like Hashimoto's thyroiditis, Graves' disease, and type 1 insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, each uniquely affecting the thyroid gland and the pancreatic islets, respectively. We've also explored systemic autoimmune diseases, where multiple tissues can be affected. We cited systemic lupus erythematosus and primary Sjögren's syndrome as instances where diverse tissues such as the skin, kidneys, and brain may be involved. We've seen how the classification of these diseases is an uncertain science given the intricacy of causative mechanisms. Yet the distinction between organ-specific and systemic autoimmune diseases provides a framework for understanding their unique characteristics and potential impact. Understanding these diseases can help us better manage them and improve the quality of life for those affected. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.